Welcome to a culinary journey to Jiangjun Fishing Harbor. Having lived in Taiwan for so long, you must have traveled to many places. However, have you ever really gotten to know Taiwan, explored its various corners, and realized the rich historical stories behind it? Today, we're going to take you on an in-depth exploration of the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor and Tainan by watching this fascinating video. To make sure you'll be following the episode, I have 5 multiple-choice questions and 1 open-ended question for you. Take it easy, the answers are all right in the episode. At the end of the video, I will introduce you to a series of Tainan monuments and snacks, so that you can introduce Tainan to your foreign friends in the future and promote the beauty of Tainan to the world. At the end of the lesson, you'll take a quick and fun quiz to review what you've learned. After watching this video, you'll have a better understanding of the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor and Tainan's specialty snack, Tainan meatballs. You will also have a deeper understanding of the related vocabulary taught in the video. This learning experience will help you improve your English skills and deepen your understanding of Taiwan. The results of this learning experience will not only increase your knowledge, but also your confidence and communication skills. For example, through this lesson, you'll be more confident in conducting in-depth exchanges with others and expressing yourself when you encounter situations similar to those in the video when traveling in the future. Whether you have a keen interest in harbors and food or are new to the field, this lesson will provide a solid foundation for further study and exploration of this fascinating topic. We look forward to seeing you put your knowledge and skills to practical use in everyday situations, creating more opportunities and rewards for your growth. Without further ado, let's get started. In this lesson, we will introduce Tainan's Jiangjun Fishing Harbor, a fishing harbor full of stories, and Tainan's delicacy, meatballs. In the video, Leo starts from Jiayi's Budai Yacht Harbor, passes through many oyster beds, realizes the power of the sea, and finally arrives at Jiangjun Fishing Harbor, bringing you an in-depth understanding of this multi-purpose harbor and experiencing the local cuisine to satisfy our taste buds. Let's discover the unique charm of Jiangjun Fishing Harbor and its mouth-watering cuisine. Now, take a look at the questions for this episode. Question 1. What class of fishing port was the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor originally? A. Class 1 harbor. B. Class 2 harbor. C. Class 3 harbor. D. Class 4 harbor. Question 2. Which island is the primary destination to carry passengers on the shuttle boat that docks at the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor? A. Green Island. B. Mazu. C. Orchid Island. D. Dongji Island. Question 3. Which type of harbor is the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor gradually transforming into? A. A yacht harbor. B. A fishing boat harbor. C. A tourist harbor. D. A military harbor. Question 4. How many generations of owners have the old meatball store in the video been passed down? A. 1 generation. B. 2 generations. C. 3 generations. D. 4 generations. Question 5. What is the key to the soft yet chewy texture of meatball wrappers? A. Made with flour. B. Made from long grain rice. C. Baked for a long time. D. Hand-rolled. Open-ended question. Based on the video, what are the functions and features of Jiangjun Fishing Harbor? The 5 multiple-choice questions help you understand what the episode is about. After the video, an open-ended question is given to test your level of concentration and summarizing abilities. This question is meant to check if you have a thorough understanding of the episode and if you can comfortably apply the content you've learned to everyday life. While watching the episode, look out for the prompts on the screen and answer every pop-up question. Take it easy. I'm sure you can answer those questions thoroughly and correctly. Now, let's play the video.
Our next destination is Jiangjun Fishing Harbor. 还有一个大的。哎，你好，我来。不好意思，我的那个外劳还是不行的。I'm gonna sample one of the Tainan specialties today, 八湾 or meatball. In fact, it's a shrimp ball. 哇，很大。It's a beautiful day, and as they say, the worst day fishing is better than a day in the office. We're back in Budai Yachting Harbor, and over the last few weeks, the boat has been here due to paperwork issues. Mandy has taken very good care of the boat. Mandy, 我要谢谢你那么照顾我的 baby 谢谢你，那我们下次来再联络，好吧？
欢迎下次再来找我，没问题。
好，一定会。
欢迎，
谢谢
，Thank
you so much。
谢谢。
哎，那个人家这里哦，我没有看，我只是看那个，那怎么办呢？Mandy， 谢谢你，
不客气。
那我们下次见面，好吧？
好，没有问题，很欢迎大家来。
谢谢 ，Thank you，
谢谢。
So we're leaving Budai Fishing Harbor now, and if you'll remember when we came into this harbor, it was a dark, gloomy, raining evening. There were these oyster beds everywhere. Now it's a brilliant sunny day and you can actually see them. It's very shallow water, only 2.9 meters, 3 meters of water, very shallow. We're going nice and slow through the oyster beds so as not to disturb them. And if you look here, I'm following the same route through the oyster beds on the equipment that I did when I came in, so I make sure that I don't get lost here. Our next destination is Jiangjun Fishing Harbor. So it's not very far. We'll be underway for about an hour or even less. Once we get out to the open ocean, I'm going to use the equipment to set the autopilot. When we're in the middle of these oyster beds here, I'm not going to use autopilot. It just doesn't make sense. You got to watch out with your own eyes and your own hands on the wheel. There you go. 我估起来1.5米到2米。哦，还有一个大的。So we just left Jiayi, Budai, and we're heading to Tainan, and you can see on the chart that we're just skirting the coast. And we got to be careful. It's not very deep here. As you can see, it's a lot rougher than I thought it would be. The waves are about 2 meters, and we're getting a lot of spray onto the boat. But other than that, the boat is performing very well. The instruments are performing very well, and the crew is doing good. So bear with us. Hey, 你好 ，Hello， 你好，前面 OK 吗？我看身子有一点不太 OK， 我来，不好意思，我的那个外劳还是不行的。外劳就不了。好，谢谢您。So this is the outer sanctuary that I was talking about of the harbor. So we just came in here on the dotted line, and we're now in the inner sanctuary right here where the security station is. Boat is right here, and we're gonna find a docking area somewhere around here. All these other triangles are other boats, so you can see the names of these other boats. So we're gonna find a place to dock, and that's it. We've just arrived in Jiangjun Yugang, and Wang here has helped us to get a spot, a very nice spot in the fishing harbor. 那个位置是谁的？
位置是阿光的。
那他船在哪里？
他船在布袋。
哦
，OK。下个月才会开过来。
Okay. 布袋 Mr. Guang helped us get this place here. Only because of him, I got this spot. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Taiwan. The people are so welcoming, and that's why one person tells the next and tells the next, and you find you get a lot of help here. So 谢谢你。
不会，谢谢。
This is Jiangjun Yugang, or General's Harbor is in Chinese. It was built in 1992 and was originally in 2002 made a Class 1 harbor. In 2006, it became a Class 2 harbor, but it's still a harbor that has many different functions. We have the Huijiang here who's going to explain a little bit about the harbor.
Have you heard the answer? Let's go back to the question. Question 1. What class of fishing port was the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor originally? A. Class 1 harbor. B. Class 2 harbor. C. Class 3 harbor. D. Class 4 harbor. This is a warm-up question. Did you answer it correctly? The answer is A. Class 1 harbor. The Jiangjun Fishing Harbor was built in 1992 and in 2002. It was made a Class 1 harbor. After 2006, it became a Class 2 harbor, but it still retains many functions. The word class actually has many definitions. The most familiar definition is definitely a group of students who are taught together at school, college, or university. But the word class also means a group of people within society who have the same economic and social position, or a group into which goods, services, or people are put according to their standard. In the video, the word class refers more to the standard of services. Other common usages include upper class, middle class, and lower class. Did you get it right? Let's continue with the video.
我大约简单的介绍这边的一些设施，然后右手边是人家渔船进来这边买卖，将军渔会市场管理所在管理的。中间是高级公安，高级公安 这边是可以让一些游客，然后可以在这边吃，也可以看这边那边有在唱歌，吃喝玩乐都可以。然后这边是游艇码头，我们的右手边停了很多渔船，那边也有在补给冰。
对，
才不会把鱼坏，
而且有可以加油，是不是？
哎，加油也可以，那边也有加油站可以加油。
那我也看到有一个交通船，这个交通船可以到哪里啊？
交通船它这边是纯粹到东极岛，南湾四岛第一个岛就是东极岛。
Okay.
Have you heard the answer? Let's go back to the question. Question 2. Which island is the primary destination to carry passengers on the shuttle boat that docks at the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor? A. Green Island. B. Mazu. C. Orchid Island. D. Dongji Island. This question was very easy, wasn't it? If you had paid close attention to the video, you will be able to answer it without breaking a sweat. The answer is D. Dongji Island. The shuttle boat that docks at the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor primarily travels between Dongji Island, which is the first island of South Penghu, and the harbor. What are the English names of Taiwan's outlying islands? It's very simple. Names such as Penghu, Mazu, and Dongji Island are transliterations, while others such as Orchid Island and Green Island are not. That wasn't too difficult, right? Let's keep on watching.
So this harbor is very cute, and it has multi-functions, and it is typical of what's happening with the Taiwanese fishing harbors. There's less fishing boats in here than there used to be, but it's made a transition. Fish marketplace where tourists can come and eat things and have some drinks. There's a fish market as well, you can buy fish. So it has a lot of different aspects to it that people can enjoy. This area here was a yacht harbor, but as you can see around me, most of these boats are the type of boats that take people out fishing for fun. So if you come down here and you want to go fishing, these boats will take you out there. That's typical of the Taiwanese harbors, less of the very pure commercial fishing and moving more towards the leisure and entertainment part of it.
Have you heard the answer? Let's go back to the question. Question 3. Which type of harbor is the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor gradually transforming into? A. A yacht harbor. B. A fishing boat harbor. C. A tourist harbor. D. A military harbor. I'm sure this question will also be very easy for you. And yes, the answer is C. A tourist harbor. Jiangjun Fishing Harbor, like most harbors in Taiwan, no longer has a lot of fishing boats docking in the harbor. But it has been successfully transformed into a tourist harbor, where tourists come for food and drinks. There is also a fish market where you can buy fish. It is now a harbor that satisfies the needs of different tourists. You can use the words tourist attraction or tourist spot when referring to a place that people visit for pleasure and interest, usually while they're on holiday. A good way to remember the word is by thinking of a tourist attraction as a place that attracts the tourist. In addition, the adjective form of attract is attractive. For example, the new restaurant in town has an attractive menu with a variety of delicious dishes. That was a piece of cake, wasn't it? Let's get on with the video.
My favorite part of the show is always the food, and when you come to Tainan, it's famous for its shrimp. I'm hungry, let's go taste it. Batayaoe. Let's go. Tainan is famous for its great food, and I'm going to sample one of the Tainan specialties today, bawan or meatball. In fact, it's a shrimp ball. This store is around 70 years old. I'm here with Lin Xin-san, who is the 4th generation owner of this store, and he's going to talk to us about how to make these bawan.
Have you heard the answer? Let's go back to the question. Question 4. How many generations of owners have the old meatball store in the video been passed down? A. 1 generation. B. 2 generations. C. 3 generations. D. 4 generations. The video is almost over, so let's take a breather. I'm sure you'll be able to answer this question correctly. The answer is D. 4 generations. The old store that Leo introduced has been in business for more than 70 years. And Mr. Lin sitting next to him is the 4th generation of operators. The word generation refers to the people who are about the same age within a society or within a particular family. For example, baby boomers refers to those who were born between 1946 to 1964 after the end of World War II. And Generation Z refers to the first group of individuals who grew up with access to the internet and digital mobile devices, and who were born between 1997 and 2012. It is also important to note that generation also means the production of energy in a particular form. For example, the efficient solar panels on the roof are responsible for electricity generation in our home. So you have to tell the meaning of the words according to the context. Interesting, isn't it? Let's move on to the video.
林先生你好，
你好，
你能不能介绍那些东西你们怎么做？
我们这个肉圆呢，我们分成4个部分哈。这个外皮的部分，我们是用那个带来米磨成浆，然后把它煮熟，所以我们这个米是非常软的，它软中带 Q。它的馅料里面又分为肉燥跟虾子。那我们虾子基本上呢，我们都是用火烧虾，
而且我看到你是用手剥的，
用手剥的，因为它里面有那个沙肠哈，我们用手剥才能确保它里面非常的干净，吃起来才可以非常的爽口。再来肉燥的部分呢，我们用那个黑猪肉哈，然后肉燥，然后配合我们的红葱头，每天这样熬煮3个小时。哇
，OK， 那你是已经第4代是不是？
第4代没错。
那是谁开始做的？
阿祖，
你的阿祖啊？Great grandfather。
Yes。
哇，厉害厉害。
Have you heard the answer? Let's go back to the question. Question 5. What is the key to the soft yet chewy texture of meatball wrappers? A. Made with flour. B. Made from long grain rice. C. Baked for a long time. D. Hand rolled. This question is a bit difficult, isn't it? My mouth is watering from watching the video. The answer to this question is B, made from long grain rice. Mr. Lin explained that the way to make the wrapper of the meatballs is by grinding the long grain rice with water, producing rice slurry. Then the slurry is boiled and cooked. Therefore, the wrapper of the meatballs is very soft and chewy. It is important to note that the phrase A be made from B is similar to A be made of B. But do you know what the difference between the two is? The main difference is that be made of is used when there is no intrinsic change, physical change in the object. For example, the disc is made of wood. But when an object is intrinsically or chemically changed, use be made from. For example, bread is made from flour. The video is coming to an end. Let's finish watching it together.
我也试试看啊。好，这个我第一次看到这东西，不知道是什么呢。好，哇，很大。这是用1口吃吗？或者用2口？
两口。
那个章你怎么做？
哦，这酱汁就是我们的精华所在的。我们这个酱汁里面它有我们这个虾壳下去熬煮的酱汁，然后还有我们肉燥的精华都在这个酱汁里面。
It has a wonderful flavor of shrimp, but it's not fishy. It has a great ocean flavor. And you can also take the pork, gives it a very rich texture to it. I think it's delicious. 那做了70年有没有？对啊，真的很好吃。那你刚才说那个虾子的部分，我想多了解一下。
哦，虾子我们以往都是使用火烧虾，但近期因为火烧虾比较小只，所以我们改用也是非常有海味的剑虾。
那虾子是哪里来的？
哦，这些虾子其实都是我们台南的渔港特有出来的，所以这2种虾子在台南都是非常棒，其他地方没有的。
那怪不得那么好吃。
没错，没错。
There's a reason this place has been around for 70 years because it's so good. And if you come, you have to eat the bawan. It's a delicacy that you can only find in Taiwan. 李先生，谢谢你的bawan，我会继续 enjoy 一下。
哎，非常感谢。
谢谢你。
哎，谢谢，
谢谢。我再吃一口。The last one. Excellent. Done. Look at this thing. 很重耶。
哎，它这份只能3到34斤。对，这个是没有色素。
OK， 好。
没有色素的。
好。
对，
这个可以留着，我这样的喝。
Congratulations on successfully watching the entire video and answering the 5 multiple-choice questions. Give yourself a round of applause. This learning experience has no doubt deepened your understanding of Jiangjun Fishing Harbor and Tainan meatballs. By thinking about how to answer these questions, you are now sailing in the ocean of knowledge and becoming more knowledgeable along the way. Now, we're about to embark on a more challenging and interesting phase. This question requires a short answer. It will test you on the knowledge you've learned from the video. Let's take on the challenge together. Based on the video, what are the functions and features of Jiangjun Fishing Harbor? A bit difficult, isn't it? Don't worry, I've got a list of words you might use to prepare an answer. You can pause the video and think about how to use these words. If you already have an answer, read it out or write it down. Remember, practice makes perfect. Did you try to answer the question? If the answer is yes, that's great. If not, that's okay. Let me show you my answer. I want you to read it out with me. Jiangjun Fishing Harbor is not only a fishing harbor for sightseeing, but also has facilities such as the fish market, the yacht harbor, and the shuttle boat to Dongji Island. Congratulations on completing all the questions. Can you feel that you know more about Taiwan? Through this learning experience, I'm sure you have gained a more comprehensive understanding of the history and development of the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor and Tainan meatballs. Now, you'll be able to use simple English words to describe relevant situations. We hope that this will help you express your views and ideas more confidently, both in daily communication and in international communication. Next, we will further expand your vocabulary by introducing you to some monuments and delicacies in Tainan, which will help you understand more about Tainan's characteristics and history. In the future, You will have a richer vocabulary when you are introducing the beauty of Tainan to your foreign friends. Now, let's move on to the next exciting stage. I'm sure you're all impressed by the Tainan meatballs in the video. Let's learn more about Tainan's history and cuisine and turn you into a Tainan expert. When talking about Tainan monuments, one has to mention the Chikan Tower, which was built in 1653. It was originally named Provincia, which is a Dutch word with a romantic meaning, eternity. Later, however, the Han Chinese came to call it by other names, such as Chikan Tower, Huanalao, or Hongmao Lou. During the Dutch occupation, Chikan Tower was a local administrative center. In 1661, it was even transformed into the Chengtian Prefecture by Zheng Chenggong. Chikan Tower has had a tumultuous history, including damage from civil unrests and a period of mismanagement. Its architectural style has continued to evolve and finally became the tower we see now. As mentioned earlier, the meaning of the beautiful name of Provincia is eternity. So, if you want to introduce Chikan Tower to your foreign friends, you can simply say this is Chikan Tower, which was once called Provincia. Its name represents eternity. In addition to Chikan Tower, we cannot forget Anping Fort. It was the first fortress built by the Dutch in Taiwan in 1624. At the time, it was called Fort Zeelandia. During Dutch occupation, this place was Taiwan's hub for foreign trade and was once the center of international commerce in Asia. Nowadays, Anping Fort is a memorial museum. Although most of the inner fort is gone, the southern wall of the outer fort still stands tall to this day, bearing the traces of history. Anping Fort is also a transliteration. It can be called either Anping Fort or Anping Old Fort. A fort is a building with a wall where soldiers can stay and be safe from the enemy. So you can instantly tell the function of this place from the word. If you want to introduce Anping Old Fort to your foreign friends, you can say that Anping Old Fort is a historic fortress in Tainan, Taiwan, with a rich and fascinating history. Fascinating is a super useful word. It means extremely interesting. For example, her stories about her travels to exotic places are always so fascinating. I could listen to them for hours. The last monument I would like to introduce is also famous and well-known. That is the Tainan Confucius Temple. The Tainan Confucius Temple, also known as the Temple of Literature, dates back to the Ming Dynasty and is the earliest temple of literature in Taiwan. It was also the highest level of government-run school until the end of the Qing Dynasty, when it was given the name the Premium Academy of Taiwan. Chen Yonghua, a subordinate of Zheng Chenggong, was the one who proposed the construction of this Confucius temple. During the Qing Dynasty and Japanese occupation, the temple underwent several renovations and remodeling. But the current main building was renovated in 1977. Since we're talking about Confucius, we must mention something very important that still affects us to this day. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it is Confucianism. In English, ism is a suffix in many English words, usually denoting a certain doctrine. For example, socialism, capitalism, or terrorism. Therefore, the idea put forward by Confucius is Confucianism. When introducing Tainan Confucius Temple to others, you can say that Tainan Confucius Temple is one of Taiwan's oldest and most prestigious educational institutions, with a rich history dating back to the Ming Dynasty. The word prestigious means well-respected and admired. It is also a useful word. For example, she received a scholarship to study at a prestigious university, which was a great achievement for her. After talking about the 3 famous monuments, let me introduce 3 Tainan specialties to you. Are you looking forward to it? Without further ado, let's jump right in. The first cuisine I'm going to introduce is also the first dish that comes to mind when you think of Tainan. And it's definitely a favorite for meat lovers, beef soup. The uniqueness of Tainan beef soup lies in the fact that restaurants only use beef from a cow that is freshly slaughtered that very morning without refrigeration. This not only guarantees the tenderness of the beef, but also ensures foodies taste the best flavor. Because beef imported abroad takes a long time to be transported and must be refrigerated, the quality of the meat changes a little when it arrives. In comparison, beef from Tainan is the ultimate form of freshness and enjoyment. If you would like to give a short introduction about Tainan, you can say that Tainan beef soup is a renowned Taiwanese dish, famous for its tender, locally sourced beef. It's a must-try when visiting Tainan for an authentic taste of Taiwan's culinary heritage. The second dish I'm going to introduce is the well-known coffin bread, which has a mouth-watering effect on people every time they lay eyes on this delicious dish. Everyone has heard of coffin bread, but do you know of its origin? Legend has it that the name coffin bread originated from the story of Xu Liu Yi. He ran a small diner with a friend who also served in the army together. One time, his friend suggested making a dish that incorporated Chinese and Western flavors. She was then inspired to make vol au vent with Chinese ingredients such as chicken livers and created the chicken liver plate. The dish became the predecessor of the coffin bread. Because the toast bowl resembled that of a coffin, friends jokingly called it coffin bread. This was how this popular dish was born. To prepare the dish, deep fry the toasted bread until it is crispy, then hollow out the middle part and fill it with fried flour, onion, soup, chicken, and cuttlefish. The dish may look simple, but the taste is always memorable. When referring to the dish, you can just say coffin bread or simply describe it as a deep-fried sandwich. If you want to introduce the dish to your foreign friends, you can say coffin bread is a unique Taiwanese snack, with its name stemming from its resemblance to a coffin. It consists of hollowed-out, deep-fried bread filled with a flavorful, sweet, and spicy sauce. Flavorful means delicious and is a very useful word. For example, the chef at this restaurant is known for creating flavorful dishes that satisfy the taste buds of food enthusiasts. You can try to memorize this word so that you won't just say delicious when you come across something tasty in the future. In addition, the phrase A consists of B means A is made up of B. For example, the salad consists of fresh lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and a zesty dressing. The last dish I would like to introduce is not unfamiliar to you all. It is the famous eel noodles. The origin of Tainan fried eel can be traced back to a legendary figure known as Eel Nan, whose name was Liao Bingnan. At first, Liao Bingnan worked at a jewelry store. After his third younger brother began working in the fried eel business and started selling fried eel, Liao Bingnan decided to follow in his footsteps and set up a stall in the UI Street market to sell fried eel. As time went on, Liao Bingnan demonstrated his excellent frying skills and quickly mastered the secret technique of eel frying. But he insisted on operating on the small profit and quick return model. Gradually, he became a household name in Tainan, and he was the driving force behind the popularity of eel noodles in Tainan. If you want to introduce eel noodles with a simple sentence, just say, "Eel noodles is a Taiwanese culinary delight, featuring tender eel cooked to perfection and served over a bed of flavorful noodles." Culinary means connected with cooking or kitchens, which is a very common word when referring to food. So try to memorize it. For example, her culinary skills have improved significantly after attending cooking classes for a few months. As the lesson draws to a close, are you feeling a bit sad to say goodbye? Before we wrap up, I've got a question for you. If you take a foreign friend to the Jiangjun Fishing Harbor or other attractions in Tainan today, how would you introduce the beauty of Tainan to your friend? Don't fret, just give a short answer using the information you've learned from this lesson. Have you learned a lot at the end of this lesson? I also want to share a piece of news with you. At the end of the video, there's a quiz for you to do so that you can review what you've learned from the video. So don't forget to do the quiz after watching the video. Happy studying! Bye!